If somebody do you wrong, if someone lie on you, or they steal from you, or they cheat on you, you deal with that issue, but don't hate the person for it, because you become subject to what you hate. You lose. You start to act out the very thing that you hate. You fall in love with the very thing that you hate. So you gotta create a space between you and the world around you. You got to be separate from that, because it's destroying you when you hate it. It's evil. If you could see that the battle is evil, then you will be protected from it. But most people don't see. They take the challenges in a physical way, a mental way, rather than realizing that it's spiritual. We're all spirits, and we deal with spiritual things. It just looks like it's in a human form. But there's something working through the people that's doing the hurt, that's causing the pain for you. And it's not them, it's something that's making a home inside of them. And that's why you find so many people in bad relationships, because they're attracted to what they hate. They can't live upright because they're attracted to what they hate. You see women attracted to men in prison. You can be a killer, and they're attracted to that man because they hate that kind of a person. Now they want to go to jail and get married to the person. Isn't that amazing? Yes. And so black Americans got to stop hating white folks. And white people got to stop being afraid and start speaking the truth. Oh, I hear white people say it all the time. Oh, I'm afraid of black people. I'm afraid of being called a racist. How can you say you love God, you love what's right, and afraid of being called a name? Aren't you glad Jesus Christ wasn't afraid of being called a name? They call this guy everything in the book. Can you imagine he said to God, you know what, I can't do this. They're going to call me a name. They're going to call me a liar. They're going to take away my mule. Jesus rode around on a donkey, right? They're going to take my donkey if I tell the truth, my mule. But Christ didn't care about material things. He didn't care about what you thought. He told the truth because he loved you. And we got to love one another to tell the truth. I go through absolute hell for saying what I'm saying now. They call me names. They say, even on my radio show, they want me to have a day of nice, a black day of being nice to black people. Just 1 hour. On 1 hour, say everything nice only about black people. And so we're going to try to see what happens.
Why?
Because I'm going to show you that I'll have one day of being all nice, and then the next day I'll come back with the truth, and then they're going to not remember the nice day. They're just going to remember the pain of the truth. It's not going to help. Being nice is not going to change your soul. Being nice is not going to bring salvation. Telling the truth is going to bring salvation. Dropping your anger will bring it. Did I see your hand again? Yes. Yeah. And then I'll come to you.
I saw on TV last week an Asian man and an old Asian woman.
Yes.
And they were talking about how Chinese people, that he called them Oriental people, because I guess that's what we used to call them, right, were treated bad in America in the past.
Is Oriental a bad word now?
Yeah, it's Asian. Well,
are you serious?
That's what I just...
Oriental is a bad word? That sounds so nice, like you're from the Orient or something. That's a bad word?
Because there's Japanese, there's Chinese, and they're not all the same people. That's what you assume you said they're Oriental. They're not all the same.
Wow.
Well, isn't Asian all different?
Yeah, I mean, you can be Indian and be Asian.
But they don't want you to call them Asian either.
See, we need to get them born again too then. That's bad.
Want to be called Japanese, want to be called Japanese.
We need to preach the message of salvation to those folks. But anyway, go ahead.
But, and they were talking about how Asian people were treated bad in America, like couldn't buy homes and kicked out of their homes and just all kind of things. And it was kind of, the 80-year-old old lady seemed to still be kind of bitter. But what was interesting to me was the Asian man. He looked like he was probably in his 50s maybe, or
yes,
40s. And he said, you let bygones be bygones. That's in the past. You move on. And he said that's how the Asian culture looks at the situation.
That's right.
And
that's a very interesting point.
Yeah, and it was interesting to watch that, and I thought about how they seem to do well. You know, everybody knows they're very technological and so forth,
yes,
in America. And it's probably for that reason, because they let bygones be bygones and move on.
God said that yesterday I spoke at a Tea Party rally, and there were a couple of black people there challenging me. And one thing that one of the guys said was, we need to know our history. He said, the problem with black Americans, we don't know our history. We need to go all the way back to Africa, learn our history, back to slavery. And then if we learn our history, then we will become a better people. How many people agree with that? Only one? Two people?
It's okay to know your
Three? So what?
I believe that we need to learn our history.
And then we'll be a better people?
Well, I don't know how better, but I've been learning my history.
I'm telling you. So you don't think knowing our history will make us better?
I don't know, just it could be a help. I don't know. I disagree on a lot of things you're saying today.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Good. What do you? I love people who disagree.
Bring it on.
And what do you disagree about?
Because I think we're all in the United States in this world, and it's good and bad, and all nationalities, and you hamper on the people of color. Right. To me, I think it's so unfair because she does bad things, he does bad things. We're all in this world together.
Right.
We all need to love one another, black, white, all nationalities.
Right.
So to me, I believe the history would do us good. And to me, the Caucasian and white people, it would do them good to know our history too.
What good would it do them?
Well, to me, they'll understand it's better.
They understand why we act so crazy?
They still lynching in some parts of the South. They still hate. KKK is there. So to me, we all have a problem. We all have a problem. And to me, for you to, and I know you mean well, because I still come.
And you better not stop. I know where you live.
But I do believe that if white people know our history, and I know their history as well. You know, I want us all to love, and like you say, John, he wants us all to love, no matter what color you are, no matter what nationality you are.
Well, I don't disagree with that.
So what is always black, 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 black? Come on, let's face it. We all have made mistakes. We all have broken the law.
I don't disagree with that.
So why don't you? Okay.
Yes.
Well, this is my. It bothers me when us as Black Americans, you know, we keep bringing up slavery, and that's the reason that we have a right to be angry today. But what I was thinking about is like, we're not the only race that's ever been oppressed. Yes. I mean, they tried to annihilate the entire Jewish race at some point, but they didn't self-destruct as a result. What we did is we took what was our oppression was done to us and used it as an excuse to self-destruct.
Yes.
Yes, Japanese people were imprisoned in the early 90s. Chinese were discriminated against for a long period of time in this country, but they didn't let it keep them down. They used it as a fuel to get better and to become contributed parts of the society, but we did the opposite.
Yes, ma'am.
We let it destroy us from the inside out. And
yes,
that's why I
ma'am.
think that we focus so much on it, because it has literally, and it is continuing to destroy our people, and we're doing it to ourselves because we're so fixated on that we were slaves in the past. A lot of races were slaves in the history of this world.
Yes.
It was not a new concept when it came to America. It was not just invented for Africans. It happened everywhere else before it happened here.
For more information or to purchase a copy of this show, visit us on the web at www.bondinfo.org or call 1-800-411-BOND.